I think that most Formula One fans around the world will agree that F1 in the last 2 years has been a bit dull. And although I am a Max Verstappen fan, I have fallen asleep during a few of this season's races, and that's obviously not a good sign. And don't get me wrong, I still enjoy seeing Max win most races, but I have to say my favorite part of most races is Max crossing the line at the end, and the rest of the race is sometimes just there to fill a space in time. And so I was thinking, what could we do to make the Formula One season more interesting? Because I've been seeing a few videos on YouTube about everyone saying the same thing: dominance will always be there. After Max and Red Bull's dominance is over, it's going to be another era of dominance, just like there was before the Red Bull era of dominance with Mercedes. And the common denominator seems to be the car development. See, in Formula One, every team on the grid create their own cars according to a set of rules set out by the FIA. And certainly of late, it seems that there's always one team that does it better than everyone else. And that's why we see these huge gaps at the top of championships over the last few years. And we see very few title battles, bar 2021, over the last decade. So what would happen if every team had the same car? I'm not gonna lie, thinking of everyone on the grid having equal cars kinda gives me goosebumps. Seeing the likes of Verstappen, Hamilton, Alonso, Leclerc all battling out in qualifying and in races, including everyone else, of course, would just be magical. Now this might sound a bit weird, but I do not watch Formula One for entertaining races. I watch Formula One for what comes at the end of those races, at the end of the whole season, to see who will come out on top ahead of every other driver on the grid to win the championship at the end of it all. To see who can write themselves in the history books as one of the people who could call themselves world champion. All the races for me are just the stuff that build up to that. They could be good and entertaining. They could be bore-fests if they have to be. As long as I don't know who's going to win the championship that year, I'm excited. And that's what equal cars would do. We'd be able to go season in, season out, pre-season to every season, and it's anyone's guess who's going to win the championship that year. We'd have more seasons that would go right down to the wire, where drivers separated by few 5-10 points. I mean, look at Lewis Hamilton, for example. He's a 7-time Formula One world champion. 4 of those championships he beat Valtteri Bottas. I don't think that's enough to call yourself a Formula One world champion. Hey, same with Max. Max is a 3-time world champion, soon to be 4-time world champion. 3 of those championships he beat Sergio Perez. Although I say that Charles Leclerc also beat Sergio Perez in 2022, but that's not the point. The point is that over the last 10 years, most world champions have only had to beat their teammates to win the world championship. And when there's a huge quality imbalance like we did with Hamilton and Bottas and Verstappen and Perez, that doesn't make for very good viewing for the supporters and fans around the world. So with that said, I think it goes without saying that world champions under equal car machineries will be more deserving champions than ever before. And would also get rid of these weird perceptions we have of drivers, where Lewis Hamilton and Schumacher have 7 championships from people outside of viewed as like two of the best drivers ever to exist. But we as F1 fans know that they won most of those titles with the best car on the grid by far. And then you have people like Alonso with 2 championships, but people in Formula One know that Alonso has the pace to be on the level of Schumacher and Hamilton easily. So under equal cars, if a driver was to win 4, 5, 6 championships, then there would be no doubt in anyone's mind that they are absolutely cracked at race car driving. And right now we can only speculate on who that driver would be under the current grid. People would say, oh, Max would do it, or Lewis would do it, or Alonso would do it, but we don't know because they are not in the same car. Now, before I get carried away, I think it's good to acknowledge that this will probably never happen in Formula One. Formula One is a constructors championship first. Ergo, the premise of the sport is whoever builds the best car wins. And it's not completely a bad thing. It is an element of the sport that gives Formula One its identity, but I just get the feeling as a Formula One fan, I care more about the drivers than I do about the teams. So when you have seasons like this, where the constructor side of things is so prevalent, everything just gets a bit dull, I won't lie. It's not like the team element would completely die under equal cars. You still have to manage races with the pit stops and strategy and setup and whatnot, so that would still be part of Formula 1. But I'm getting carried away. It's never going to happen, but we can have seasons like 2021 or 2016 and 2012 before that, where we do get tight, exciting title battles. But the fact of the matter is, we are going to get more one-sided title battles than close championship title battles. But yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave comments in the comment section down below. And for me, DK Jones, I'll see you next time.